What is going on, everyone? My name is Shaq, and today I am here to sit down and talk to you all. I like to say often, but it is a different kind of video. Today's video is literally just going to be me sitting down talking to you guys about one of the most recent leaked things that came out via 2K's YouTube channel, or that was supposed to come out a bit later, but it has been leaked. Someone was able to find a video on their channel that was unlisted for a little announcement for a different kind of idea that I don't think we've seen in 2K before. It's not unique, but it's unique, and I'll get into why I think both those reasons in a quick sec. But basically what these packs are in general are going to be decade specific or time period specific packs. I would say decade specific, but there is a certain pack that isn't necessarily a decade, but more a certain generation time period. You know, just not a simple decade like the two other packs are. To be more specific, however, they are the all-decade 10s for the 2010s and all-decade O's for the 2000s, and then the old-school packs, as you see on the screen right here. Three different kinds of packs, three different super packs, which I wanted to talk about for two different reasons. I don't think getting angry or anything like that over it is a thing that I want to do. I don't think I want to get angry over something as simple as a pack being released. But at the same time, I feel like there's a few things to bring up about it, and a few things I'm not happy with, because to me, I think there's both positives and negatives looking through the reaction from the community. Now, basically, throughout 2K20, super packs have been purely VC based. You couldn't actually open the packs unless you had VC, brought VC, sorry, or you grinded on my career's side and then came back and spent VC on the packs, which if you do that, respect to you, but at the same time, I don't know how you do it. Switching through the two game modes so often just wouldn't make sense to me, especially if you were a my career kind of dude. I wouldn't understand why you'd be spending your VC on my team. But mainly, for about 90 to 95%, if I was to guess, 90 to 95% of the community, if they were to open super packs, would be buying VC. And that, honestly, is a bit of a problem. I already have problems with the inflation of price of packs throughout, you know, the earliest of 2Ks. I remember playing the first game mode of 2K MyTeam. I think it was on the Xbox. 2K20 MyTeam, I believe it was. I think that's the earliest version. The best packs you could get, they didn't have theme packs, but they had good players. They went for 1,500 VC. And that's each one. And I remember those very vividly, and it was some of the most fun I had playing 2K, because I was either early high school or started primary school, different schools for Australia. I won't talk about that, it's completely unnecessary for a video like this. But the rapid growth in price, and now to the point where if you've grinded the game, it doesn't even matter. You can't open these packs, and you could presume that these would have boosted odds, purely because of the fact that you only can buy them with VC. If you guys remember an old video I did, and not that old, but pretty recent still, I finally got my first Galaxy Opal pull of the year, and it was in a super pack. So there's a very clear, you know, observation that Galaxy Opals are tended to come through things like super packs, and with these all decades, all time, you know, time period packs, you could expect that there's gonna be a lot of Galaxy Opals up for grabs in these packs. Now, I could harp on a lot about the negatives, but I want to also get into a positive that wasn't brought up by me. I'm not going to take credit for it, because honestly, when I saw it, I had many negative thoughts about it. I've not really liked this super pack idea throughout all of 2K20. But DBG did actually bring up a very, very good point on Twitter about how it could potentially help the auction house market, because if you guys haven't been aware, a lot of 2K YouTubers have been promoting MT sites, and some of those MT sites, not all of them from what I think, from what I know, I'm almost certain all of them, sorry, not all of them do, you know, what certain MT companies, MT sites, I don't know if they're companies, they could just be a couple of people behind the scenes doing this, but they like to keep the prices of cards extremely high, so that people have to consistently come back, buy more MT from them, they earn more money. It all makes sense when you realize it from a business perspective. But basically, MT sites have been keeping MT prices on certain cards really, really high. Now, obviously, there's not too many ways that 2K can try and combat combat this. You can't go out trying to ban each and every one of the accounts that the MT site runs on, because how the hell are you supposed to know? You may accidentally ban a legitimate person who had grinded out the game, spent all that money on the card because of its inflated price, and if you ban him, all of a sudden you've gotten rid of a player who not only invests time in your game, but has done it legit, and that's not going to look good. But at the same time, if you don't put that pressure on to ban the right people, then the prices are going to stay inflated, and the influence to buy MT instead of VC often becomes, you know, very tempting, and it takes money away from 2K, which honestly, I have no problems with, if I'm being completely honest. They have plenty of money. We all know this. It's a pretty much universal fact that everyone knows 2K makes a lot of money from packs and the MyTeam mode, and even My Career, just a game where it's mainly grinding, and a game that's definitely not as pay to win as MyTeam is. So the positive that I see and also agree with DBG on is the fact that releasing these decade super packs, which seemed really awkward and really weird at the time, actually do have the positive in trying to stop the MT sites from doing their whole money-making methods in getting people to buy MT. It makes sense in that way, and it may deflate the prices of cards. So we don't have to spend too much money getting MT, and we can actually just get the card from grinding, or we can spend VC to get packs, which 2K would much rather you do. They'd prefer you to buy VC instead of going to these MT sites. So if you need to spend less MT, all of a sudden, you don't need to go to those MT sites as much. You have more money for VC. And saying that out loud, it makes them sound very money hungry, which we all know 2K is. Hence why I don't believe that the reasoning behind DBG's tweet, although it does make sense, I don't think it's the actual reason that 2K have released all decade packs. There's just such an obscure thing. I thought that you could just leave it at certain series. I can imagine that now that there's multiple series of fan favorites, we'll see fan favorite super packs at the end of the year. If the same thing happens with 2K19, we're going to see dynamic duo super packs by the end of the year. Not only that, but we have to add it onto the prime super packs for series 1 and 2, the flash super packs, the legacy super packs. You won't believe nowadays that they actually released legacy super packs. I spent so much money on those packs thinking they were good. They mean nothing now, and I hate it. I really do. But the temptation to get the best cards in the game at the time is really there, and that's why they released the super packs. So you spend money, you buy VC, you literally can't open packs with MT. And so that's why I'm kind of annoyed every time they release a super pack. It's a very, very back and forth, but I mentioned it on Twitter to DBG that I think the main reason that 2K have actually released these all-decade super packs are purely for money's worth. Only for money's sake, they're looking just to make a quick extra buck, because that's what super packs do. Their main aim isn't to release any new content, not necessarily any new content like that, but to just rake in as much money as possible from already existing content. Now, the only exception I found is with the Evo super packs. They did actually include some extra evolutions onto cars that didn't have evolutions in the first place, but at the same time, they put evolutions they already had in the game in those packs. It said over 100 new evolutions, but I'm almost certain there was nowhere near 100 new evolutions in those packs. It was just taking the existing evolutions and putting them in those packs. So it's not all that you see and all that you think when they announce something like a super pack, because at the end of the day, it's already existing content that they're just giving back to us in the form of this advertised, you get a better chance at them now, this is the best chance to get these cards, but you have to spend money. If you can't already tell, I'm not a fan of the super pack idea, but sometimes if you are really desperate, they can rope you in, hence why I opened the Evo super packs. And although I did pull a Galaxy Opal, I'm not also impressed. I'm still not sold on the idea. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. I wanted to do a video like this. I haven't really done a video like this in a while, if I've even done one in the first place. But I thought it'd be an interesting conversation to have. I'd love to talk to you guys. I'd love you to post your positive comments and negative comments about the whole decade super pack thing, because it's just so obscure that I really wanted to make a video on it. All decade super packs in my mind just seemed unnecessary, but then getting other people's perspectives and using them on my perspective as well gives me, you know, a few different avenues to take. And so I'm hoping that the comment section and this video will be able to give you guys an idea as to whether the super pack idea should stay for 2K21. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below any video ideas, suggestions, and constructive criticism, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Trying to hit 750 before the end of the month, and at the moment we are 2 subscribers away from 600. The growth throughout the start of the year has been awesome, so I have to thank you guys at the end of every single one of my my videos. It can't be explained how thankful I am to finally see some growth. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.